for your detention. Is there anything you want to say about that?
I mean, I would just say like, yeah, I need them to pay because Trump made it very clear that he only cares about money. Like he made it very, very clear. He's like, I only care about money. They should, you know, the
Of
government really took away from me things that are, I don't think I can get them back, whether it is the birth of my son, whether it is my reputation that they tried to tarnish, whether all the lies and defamatory statements against me. And this is just like one step, like literally the first step of accountability that I will be seeking.
They
against
took away your
everyone.
freedom.
Everyone contributed to this injustice against me. So it's $20 million or an official apology from the administration. And this, of course, the official apology would include ultimately like the just the end of the policy, like the anti-Palestine policy that this government has been pursuing. And this is like to talk to him in a language that he understands. Although I know like this money wouldn't come out of his pocket. Unfortunately, it's coming from our pockets, like from taxpayer money. The billions of dollars that.
But I don't think it's just about money. I think what you're saying is like, or at least my analysis of this is that if there isn't some kind of repercussion against this by someone who now has this platform, who has this attention on them for a severe injustice that was done, then the administration feels powerful enough to get away with
emboldened, with the heat, because I'm hoping that this wouldn't be the first case. Like I'm hoping that other people around the country would bring up like cases against the injustices that this administration is inflicting upon people, whether again citizens or non-citizens. Because
he also asked for an apology.
He mentioned that.
I asked for an apology, and this money that if I get it, like, will be used to actually support the communities and the individuals who have been targeted by the administration and by Columbia University, because there is something that's not being said enough. There's over 100 students at Columbia who are suspended or expelled just for opposing a genocide. And this is unfortunately not making it like to the media. Like Columbia University is literally penalizing and criminalizing students for their freedom of speech.
For following through on something that they're teaching in the classrooms, which is that genocide is unconscionable and wrong and immoral.
Except when Israel is doing it.
Yeah, well, even then, like there are plenty of studies that also, plenty of professors, at least the ones that remain, that have talked about this stuff in their lectures as well. Which, ironically enough, we can talk about that as well. The Trump administration has now created an academic receivership. Not dissimilar to what Nazi Germany did in a lot of the universities initially, and this
they
came
won't control thoughts.
This came after concessions that Columbia had already given, part of which was, of course, undermining the security and safety of the students that were paying tuition.
No, but what more they want? Like they literally expelled students. They sprayed students. They expelled professors. They brought the police not one time, not two times, 4 times in a span of like a year and a half. No, I think it's a year, not even a year and a half. In a span of a year, like 4 times. And historically, Columbia only brought the police or called in the police once in the 60s.
And that was like commemorated.
And so literally, and Columbia pushed like a very Zionist narrative, like a very pro-Israel narrative. To the students and defying like student safety. Yet that was not enough to the administration because the administration does not care about like student safety. They don't, because if they care about student safety, they would have banned like guns and like especially from campuses, or like they don't care about like anti-Semitism.
Or would have kicked out a professor that recently was suspended or left Columbia University. I will not be naming them. Very shy individual. A menace. I've heard from so many students at Columbia, like first-hand testimony.
Yeah, but Columbia emboldened such figures. I mean, they made them figures.
Yeah.
Let's say that, because like,
Sex
and Columbia
appeal.
knows it. Like in private, like when I had these meetings with the administration, and they would raise like I would show them, like, see, the students are threatening like the protesters, these provocateurs. They are like doxing the students online, and they say, yeah, we know, but we can't say anything online.
Yeah.
We can't issue a statement because their line their line publicly was that there is threat to Jewish safety.
Yeah.
But the Jewish students who were actually under threat were the pro-Palestine Jewish students, who one of them got expelled for being an anti-Semite from Columbia.
Yeah, and Grant Minor too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But this and the same Columbia University that in the 30s sent a delegation to Nazi Germany, and when students protested this delegation, they expelled the student.
Yeah.
So imagine now, like, this university.
At least they're consistent.
I mean, they're consistent in their stupidity and just caring. I mean, Columbia cares about two things, like, and education is not one of them. They care about their brand and their loans.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. We saw an example of this with Harvard as well. Harvard quietly capitulated to the administration's demands. They restructured their Middle Eastern Studies department and did a bunch of stuff in terms of quote unquote combating anti-Semitism on campus, right? Like all of this fake bullshit for a problem that was elevated to this degree that wasn't really about anti-Semitism at all. And then the administration still came after them. And then they said they were going to revoke grants. They said that, and they kept putting up this pressure until Harvard was like, okay, we have to fight back. This is ridiculous. Do you feel like there's any point where Columbia could have changed their trajectory at all? Do you feel like that's ever going to happen for Columbia? Because I feel like their institution's reputation is forever tarnished.
I mean, there's always the opportunity to listen to the students, to actually go public, apologize for all the just the cowardness that happened over the last 2 years, to reinstate the students who were expelled, to actually divest the investments from companies complicit in human rights violations, as anyone should do. Like, why an education institution is investing in weapon manufacturers? Like, you care about education. So there's this chance that Columbia should do. Was I surprised that they capitulated to the administration? I wasn't, because again, like, Columbia doesn't care about safety. They care about the money that they have, the brand, maintaining their non-profit status, having all these billions continue pouring into the institution. But even they created this condition to themselves, because from the very beginning they capitulated to the narrative that there is that the protests are creating a hostile environment. That's why you have different presidents coming to Columbia, and then they'd be like, we're doing everything. Like Shipman, like, she's now, like, they called her an anti-Semite, like, like, and she's doing everything they wanted. Like, they literally, the same with Shafiq, she did everything they wanted, but it was not enough for them. And this is why, like, when you look at the facts, like, show us the facts of like, the presidents would come and anti-Semitism. And that's why,
and it already is happening
to me, JVP and like Jews for Ceasefire groups, like Jewish groups supporting like human rights, are the ones actually combating anti-Semitism the most, because they are the ones going out and saying, like, what Israel is doing in our name is not right. It's not in our name. They're doing it just for their own genocidal purposes, for their own colonial purposes, and I always say, like, when you have a rise in anti-Semitism, you have a rise in Islamophobia too.
Of course.
Because it's the same factors.
Yeah.
It's the same supremacists and the same racist people who who just hate everyone. You
Yeah.
know?
And historically, that comes from a much larger group, which is oftentimes right-wing Christian fascists that are the ones who go and spray paint synagogues with the swastika or do the Islamophobic attacks in general as well. So I think that's a reality that a lot of New Yorkers are obviously aware of, which is precisely the reason why all of this like Zoran is an anti-Semite stuff just didn't
No, they
work at all.
they use this label because it is a really nasty label. Like
Yeah.
no one wants to be labeled anti-Semite
course.
because we knew what happened like to Jewish people throughout history.
Yeah.
And they're using it just like so. Everyone would say like, oh no, I'm not anti-Semite. Like that's why they're trying so hard to conflate anti-Zionism with which is Zionism is very racist. Like I can't tell you how racist Zionism is. Like for someone to think that they are superior to others, that they are more deserving to others, just because God somehow promised them something.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if you know, but like historically, like Zionism was actually labeled racism by the UN.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, it's the only. You can Google it now. Like the only UN resolution that have ever been rescinded was Zionism is racism, but
This is the truth.
which is the truth. But that happened in the 70s. But then in the 90s, because of the peace process, the Palestinians, like it was one of the conditions for Oslo, like for the Palestinians to rescind this resolution. So it was cancelled, and in the UN history, this was the only UN resolution that was ever cancelled.
That's crazy.
Um,
So they want us to wrap this up soon.
No, you're fine.
But
feel
we're
free, fine.
Mahmoud, we switched to CTV.
Oh, you did?
Oh,
Okay.
damn.
Yeah, so that you.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah, I had.
Damn, don't feel too bummed, bro. You're like,
No,
oh,
no,
CBS. Damn. It's like, I'm stuck
I'm
with
with
this guy.
Hassan, huh?
I'm stuck with this guy now. This sucks. Yeah. Okay, cool. Now that we bumped CBS, shouts out.
Not entirely.
Yeah. So,
We don't want to announce it.
yeah. So, they're probably watching this too.
Yeah.
So
I
there
mean,
is
not only them. I'm
There is another thing that's happening recently, and I don't know if you care to discuss this, if you want to talk about it, but you are suing the government.